Hello viewers, it's your girl, Ruby Fangirl. Yep, and then we're finally back with another Godzilla film. This is a movie that came out a few years, or basically, probably like around like, almost like a decade before, after like Raids Again. Because this is a 6-year-old movie nowadays. And that's of course I'm talking about Invasion of Astro-Monster. Yeah. Let's just say that this movie is the very first where Godzilla goes into space. I mean, who would have knew? And yeah, it's actually a really good movie. Compared to like Raids Again, that's not really a great movie because it was more of a cash grab. This movie was actually really great. And sadly, the last movie to come out during the Golden Age. Basically from 1954 until 1965, in my opinion, that's where like the Golden Age of the Showa era was. But I know everyone has their own opinions on when the Golden Age is, but most G-fans definitely agree that's like the Golden Age. And, oh boy, this is where the goofiness really starts to kick in. Well, it was mostly like Ghidorah the three-headed monster that started that off, so... But this is when it starts becoming leaning more into that. Without further ado, let's get into this with a little analysis on it. So it's basically a typical, like an alien invasion, so... But these aliens are really interesting. These are called the Exilians from the planet X that originally presented as like friendly aliens, basically doing like an offer if they can bring Godzilla and Rodan over to help defeat Ghidorah in exchange to help cure for diseases and stuff like that. But if you have been paying attention, you know this is not a great idea. And also, if you remember, from Ghidorah the three-headed monster, it was Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra that helped defeat them because it was them that brought like Ghidorah like to Planet X. Although in the movie, it said that they acknowledged Godzilla and Rodan defeating him, not Mothra. Why was she not involved? I don't really know. I guess they're not really interested in the frickin' Moth Queen, but whatever, these are Exilians, and I guess they had enough budget for 2 iconic monsters, so why not? But anyway, so, yeah, and with that deal settled, they bring, like Godzilla and Rodan to, Planet X, which really confuses me because I'm pretty sure they can't breathe in space, because they have been on land for God knows how long. So, how is this possible? But whatever, it's a 60s movie, who cares? and of course they do get out one of the most iconic like fights, but then once they reach the end, Ghidorah flies away, and what does Godzilla do? He does the iconic victory dance. Oh my god, that is like the best part of like the whole entire movie. I don't care how goofy it is. That's because this was the whole definition of the Showa era. And of course, it gets a lot more sillier as like the Showa era progresses. So, yeah. And of course, now they revealed to the whole planet that they don't have a cure for disease. They're here to conquer Earth, and you humans are going to become cattle. Yeah, so this is going to be very similar to what they will later adapt into Final War. So, yeah, it's basically kind of like a sort of remake of Invasion of Astro-Monster in Final Wars. I don't know what it is, but whatever. But yeah, but then they mind control like Godzilla and Rodan because they left them on the planet, and they brought them down there very quickly, might I add. Well, they revealed they travel in a millisecond, so I'll let that slide. And they begin to destroy everything until they found out a way to destroy the mind control and destroy like the Exilians controlling them. And of course, after that happens, Godzilla and Rodan continue to fight between King Ghidorah, and quite literally, Rodan picks up Godzilla, flies him towards Ghidorah, and they both tumble down, like, really far. But then, like, Ghidorah flies out, which it's weird, because since Godzilla was right on him, but whatever. But it is kind of revealed that he did survive, so it's all good. So he just basically flew away until we would later see him and destroy all monsters. So, yep, that's good. So, yeah, that's basically kind of like the whole plot and how like this little analyst is. And Oh my god, like, this is where, like, the silliness really starts to shine. I know I said it so many times, but that's just the freaking epitome of that. And, yeah, and the iconic, like, victory dance, you like it or not, that is just legendary, okay? And of course, they would later be adapted into, like, other movies where he would do, like, crazy, like, moves. Like, for example, in Godzilla vs. Megalon, the iconic drop kick. And of course, in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla can frickin' fly. Oh man, I just love some of the goofiness of the Showa era. Not my favorite era, but you know what I mean? I love the goofiness. So, yeah. And I do really like the Exilians since they were the very first aliens to appear. While their history is kind of a little bit brief, but in Raids Across Time, we do get a little explanation that they have been around for a very long time, and they were the ones to bring the humans onto Earth and basically just repopulate, and that you will be nothing but cattle. So, yeah, it was their plan all along for that. So basically, somewhat like a prequel, and it gives us a little timeline on, like, how humanity in the Godzillaverse came to be, but I have no idea if that's 100% canon, but if it is, please tell me in the comments if that's true, or basically how I explained it was not true. So, like, I would do respect it, but there you go. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I would like to know from you guys. What do you guys think of Invasion of Astro-Monster? Do you like the goofiness, the Exilians, and how this all came to be? I would love to know in the comments down below. And now, I will see you guys in the next video.